Good morning. Today is Wednesday, September 9th. For lunch today, we have beef hot dog on a bun with baked beans, or chicken Caesar salad, or cheese pizza, or chicken bacon ranch pizza. And happy birthday to Cortez Herrera in the 6th grade. Have a great day. Hey everybody. So last week I got a note from several concerned citizens in the 5th grade. Let me share it with you. It reads as follows. We, the 5th graders of AMS, ask you for at least 30 minutes of recess. We think that we need time to get our energy out. It will help us learn better if we have less energy in the class. If you could find a way to give us more time, we would very much appreciate it. Thank you for your time. And then everybody signs it. So we are now engaged in a civic process. I appreciate the kind language and the very nice penmanship, I might add too. And like any petition, it isn't as straightforward, however, as just putting your names on a piece of paper. There is a process that we have to go through to reason things out. Let's go ahead and do that right now. So this is how recess looked last year for all the 4th and 5th graders. We had about 15-20 minutes for lunch, and then people started heading out to recess where you had a full half hour. Last year, we didn't have to keep the 4th and 5th graders separated from each other, and so we could just go ahead and move together and have plenty of time. And this is how recess looks this year. Because we have to keep grades 4 and 5 separate, we split the time in half, and everyone has about 20 and change minutes. After the time you count it takes to walk between both indoors and outdoors, you have a little less than 20 minutes for each spot, which is a long time for lunch, but a pretty short time for recess. Now, here's how things would look if I just granted the 5th grade petition to give them 30 minutes of recess. They'd be thinking that this is a pretty good deal, but the 4th grade would think, that's not so fair. So I'm thinking there's some 5th graders right now who are saying, looks pretty good to me. So here's how it would look if the 4th grade had 30 minutes of recess and the 5th grade didn't. Doesn't quite look so balanced. 4th grade might like this, but either way, just between these, we have a win-lose or a lose-win situation. But that's not good enough. We're going for win-win or no deal. So last week I talked to some 4th and 5th grade teachers about this, and they said, you know what? We have a pretty big playground. We could split our 3 playground areas into 2 areas each, one for 4th graders and one for 5th graders, and share the playground for a little bit. We've got enough room for that. So if we're going to have 10 minutes of shared recess time in the middle, that would give everyone closer to 27 minutes of shared recess time. Still not 30, but it's a whole lot closer. Now, the last thing to note is if we had bad weather like we did yesterday, there's not enough room in the gyms as there is out on the playground, so we wouldn't have a place to share. We'd have to just split it up 50-50 like we did yesterday. Now, I like the idea of this shared recess time because if everybody gives up a little, everybody gets a lot more. However, there's still a few things we have to work out. Like, for example, the 5th graders are always going to be on the playground first. Are they going to share it when the 4th graders come out? What are the terms that are going to be fair? What are you willing to give up to make this work on both sides? Other things I also want to look at. Some people take a little bit more than 15 minutes to eat their lunch. What's our rules on that? How are we going to make sure that everyone is still okay with that? So we aren't quite ready to go ahead and say this is what we're doing today, but we're probably pretty close. So for today's challenge, I'd like you to talk about these things with your teachers. It's up to them if you're going to do it as a whole class or if you just talk to them later on the side. Talk about things like, does that sound right to go ahead and share recess? Does that sound a good way to go, or would you be against it? If you would like to go with that, what would be a fair way to share it? How can we go ahead and split things up so it works for both 5th grade and 4th grade at the same time? All right, after you talk to your teachers, they'll come to me, we'll sort out details and let you know what we figured out. All right, you have a great day.